This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. I have a guest that is in studio. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. We're gonna find out everything that he has going on, including an event that's taking place this weekend that you don't want to miss. Hey, what's up?
Hi, my name is Gandara. Got a fight coming up, like you just said, and it's been really exciting. I'm pretty excited about it.
So where's the fight at? What's the date? And just let people, I guess, how can they get involved? How can they come watch you?
Oh yeah, I've got tickets I'm selling. It's gonna be in Galveston, June 14th, and yeah, I think I'll have a link if anybody wants to. I'll send them one, but for sure, it's coming up. It's close.
So you fought for Tigre Promotions multiple times. If someone hasn't been to a live combat sports or boxing, specifically an Tigre Promotions event, I kind of describe the atmosphere and why should they want to be there?
It's I mean, dare I say wild, but it gets really good. I mean, the atmosphere is it's like really they like anticipate for the battle. Everybody's it's really loud, and it's a really good atmosphere environment, and it's really good. Like the fights, people get crunk to even.
Yeah. I mean, on both sides, you mentioned, hey, I'm selling tickets. I got a link, so that's like friends and
For
family,
sure.
probably people that don't even know that you fight, be like, oh, I'll come check
Yeah.
it out. Right. And so that's from both sides, with your, opponent. I guess talk a little bit about, fighting in Galveston County, let people know where you're from. And then, um, have you fought in Galveston before? And I guess, what's that like?
Oh, I fought in Galveston before. It's really good. I like it because a lot of friends and family that have been following and keeping up with me, they've got to come and see, and getting seeing them getting excited. So it's pretty good. And yeah, I mean, I've had fans who I haven't even know they were keeping up with me. They're like, "I'll be there," and I'm like, "Oh, cool, bet, I appreciate it. That's awesome. The more the merrier." So I've got to have see more people that I'm getting exposed to, and it's really good. I like it being a little closer into town.
Yeah. What's your record right now? And when did you start?
I am 9 wins, no losses. I have one draw, and I started a long time ago, like when I was 10. So it's been about 13 years for me, like more than half my life. So I mean, this it's been my life. It's something that's been a part of me for a while.
Who got you into it?
My dad, my father. I was on the heavier side, and doctor said I needed to lose some weight, so it was more of just for to get not athletic, but to get in shape. And after I've been in the gym, my dad's best friend from since childhood is a coach. So ever since I've been training with him, and then they're like, you're pretty good at this. We'll start taking you to fights, and it just kind of kicked off from there.
hmm I mean, your family has to be supportive of something, especially like at a young age. Whenever you made that decision, hey, I'm just doing this to be active versus like I'm gonna get in the ring.
Mhm.
What was I guess, the reaction?
I think mainly my mom was like, "No, no way, you're not gonna fight, and you're just doing it just to, get back in action." But I think, after she saw me spar a couple times, she was like, "Okay, I see, I trust," and so she's supportive. My family's supportive, and it's really good. It's a blessing to have a lot of people backing my corner.
Yeah,
Really.
9-0. I guess this is a part in your career where I think there's a little bit more eyeballs on you. 9-0, going for 10 wins. Undefeated fighter. I mean, do you feel that, or what's your goal whenever it comes to this?
I try to stay relaxed. I know that the stakes are higher, and they're always going to be more higher every fight. So I just try to keep it in my head. This is just what I do. This is my life. So I just gonna perform, try to make a good show for everybody.
Yeah. And is your goal to, I mean, eventually, fight, on the biggest promotions in the world, or
Um,
what is that?
I just want to see how far I can go. I mean, I always say that God put me on this path. Like I didn't choose boxing. Boxing chose me. So I'm here, and I'm supposed to go somewhere. So as far as I can go, as far as God will let me. I'll see how far.
Do you have any teammates that are on this card as well?
Um, yeah. Well, not. I'm training out of a different gym, but from my old gym from Lopez, there's a couple fighters coming from the gym. I think Fabian Lopez.
He's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fabian, Christopher, and John Torres.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be fighting. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
wishing
know.
them luck. Oh,
Yeah, I've had the chance to talk to all of those guys, and they're all very very talented
that's
fighters
good.
as well. Yeah. So where are you training out now?
Out of Gator Boxing Gym,
Okay.
Eugene Hill is coaching me at the moment.
Yeah, Gator. I mean that's even closer.
Yeah,
It's
it's closer. It's real
It's like the
closer.
city.
15-minute drive, so it's a little easier to get to the gym and back. A little closer. It's nice.
Yeah. Um, Josh and Joel, they used to, for MMA, there used to be some MMA that they did out of there with Texas Striking
Oh.
Academy, and so they recently they had relocated, but I've spent some time in there. I mean, there's a lot of hard work in there. There's no, I wouldn't dare. I mean, it's a great gym, but
Mhm.
there's not like the bells, whistles, air condition, like all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, no,
It's hard.
yeah,
It's hard work.
yeah.
You
You
go in
definitely
there, you're
get a
putting it in.
sweat just walking in.
Yeah, especially in the summer months right now, right?
For sure, for sure. It's a little hot, but I mean, like it's hard work regardless. So I mean, it still got me in shape.
Oh, oh yeah.
Mhm.
One thing I saw that they're doing right now, I'm not sure if it's still going on or if it's all summer, but they're doing these, I think, summer camps for the kids and some of the
Mhm.
younger ages. So it's exciting to see even friends on social media put their kids into there and just for fun to do something, and then maybe it sparks an interest in there, and then you also learn something that can be valuable,
For sure,
in
for
life.
sure. I think so. The kids, get them something busy to do during the summer just so they won't be at home all day. But I think it can teach them something, something a little more, or even inspire them to do something more.
Yeah. How's this camp been going for you?
It's been actually kind of tough. I gained a lot of weight since my last fight, so mainly just been working on losing that weight. It's been what from 180, I'm down to 126. I'm gonna
Wow.
be 126.
You got up to 180?
I was pretty heavy. Yeah, I got a lot of weight, so it's been hard trying to lose the weight, get my body back in shape. But I'm getting there. I'm real close to being on weight, so I think I'm doing pretty good.
You like to cook, right?
I love
I
to
remember
cook.
I remember saying something
Yeah.
like one day. I was like, man, probably eating some good food. And then I just
Yeah.
remembered last time we had talked, you had talked about that, with cooking and stuff. How's that going?
Yeah, it's going good. I've been trying to learn a few recipes. I've been baking a little bit. It's hard because you want to eat good, but you can't eat too much. So I've been trying to limit myself on how much I eat. But nah, I've been cooking's good. I like seasoning. I've been really like seasoning a lot, and
Yeah.
my family always comes to me for like seasoning suggestions. So I'm always the go-to guy.
So when you are in camp and you are trying to, watch what you eat, maintain your weight, is it you that is the person mainly cooking your meals, or do you rely on someone else or some help?
My mom cooks for me most of the time. They have like little meals that we buy, like
Yeah.
lean cuisine, so like
Yeah.
it's already portioned, so I don't get carried away making too much. So usually
Yeah,
that.
that's the hardest part, with anything, because you talk to people and they were like, man, I want to get in shape, I want to lose weight. Exercise is great. Obviously being active, but then it's so much of the diet that comes into it. And you can eat good food, but it's the portion
It's the
sizes.
portion.
Yeah, just to know when to eat, how much to eat, or looking at it, and like unless you're weighing it out, you don't know. Or you buy something that's packaged and it has those the nutrition
Yeah,
things on
exactly.
there. So that's a big help, I would
It
say.
is. Yeah, losing the weight or just not eating as much is the hardest part. I mean, you can train hard as you want, but like if you eat too much, you're already messing up.
Yeah.
So
So
definitely.
what do you think you have in store for, fight night on Saturday? How do you see the fight going? Um, and I guess what's your game plan, or what are you willing to share?
Um, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna listen to my coach, whatever he says. I've been working on defense. I mean, that's what he's been trying to defense. Just don't get hit. Obviously, some technical cards to say. I want to look good, technically good, and defensive, but also maybe a little aggression if when I can see that I can put some.
Yeah, awesome. So there's a lot of in store. Is there anything, I guess, new? I mean, because you always work on defense, but would that aggression be something new, I guess, that you're focusing on for this fight specifically?
I would say so. A little more aggression. I mean, like smart aggression. We don't want
Right.
to you don't want to give it away, but I think so. Like coach has been telling me, like in certain parts when you're in the pocket, I guess the aggression would come into play more in the pocket.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So just to remind everybody, when is the fight? How can they get tickets, and why should they come?
Uh, June 14th in Galveston Convention Center. I You can follow me Bayou City Ram. I have the link. I'll send the link, and Well, I mean, I always put on a show, people say, and my fights are never, they're always a show, always fireworks. And I come to perform. I come to give a good show. I come to give people a good time, and I appreciate all the support. And I'd hate to disappoint.
Do you have a message? I'm not sure if you know who your opponent is. Do you have a message to your opponent, or even to the promotion, or to just anybody?
Well, I want to thank God first. Thank my dad, my family, my coach. Everybody who supported me. Well, I'd also like to thank my sponsors, Vic's Gutters, Air Express, Aqua Gutters, and BRB Ranch. They're really helpful. They've been there, and I would like to thank them personally. So thank y'all guys, and Felix and
Alfonso.
Alfonso, yes. Appreciate them for putting on the show, and it's really good. I've been training hard, so I hope my opponent has been as well, so we can put on a good show, put on a good fight, and entertain the fans.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Um, well, y'all be ready. Y'all come, y'all enjoy, and I hope everybody has a good time.
Cool. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Saturday, June 14th, the Galveston Island Convention Center. You can go see Ram, see a beautiful night, El Tigre Fight Night, boxing in Galveston, Texas. This is Guardy with Clear Life Media. Y'all be blessed.